Hello viewers, welcome to the Insight podcast brought to you by Oris Group Entertainment, the very best platform on the internet space for information and interaction. On this platform, we bring you top personalities in the field of business, trade, tourism, arts, culture, and even sport, just to name a few. I am your host, Famous Aluya, and as usual, I'm never alone. I have the very delightful, beautiful, Delisha.
Thank you so much, Famous. Well, hello, viewers, and welcome to yet another amazing episode on The Insight, which promises to bring you an amazing podcast. We have an exciting lineup for you today. My name is Delisha Chetty, and please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at The Insight by Oryx and follow us on Instagram and Facebook at The Insight by Oryx. Thank you so much.
Yes, in today's episode, we are very, very happy and excited to have a very special guest in our midst. He is a champion. I wouldn't say he was a champion. He's still a champion, all right? He's an athletic hero in his own space, and also he is a family man, okay? He has a very strong bio. If I want to say it from my head, I might miss some things, and I don't want him to be angry that I didn't say so, all right? So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to read it out so that we don't miss a line. Okay, the guest is a Nigerian who has represented Qatar internationally and has an exciting story to tell. He is an accomplished athlete, a former Asian 100-meter record holder, and a former Asian 60-meter indoor record holder. He competed at the highest level, track champion, and now a dedicated Qatar coach for aspiring athletes. His other accomplishments include being a silver medalist at the Asian Championships twice, a one-time winner of the World Military Games, and a Francophone Games bronze medalist. He is an amazing family man, I can tell you that. He's married and he got kids. Without saying more, he has to tell us the others himself. Please join me to welcome to our studio, Samuel Francis.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. Today we're going to be talking with Samuel Francis on More Than an Athlete. So he's going to be taking us through his story. We do believe that he got his own story to share with us. So we'll just jump straight into the questions, yeah, so that we don't keep you too long here. And we do hope you enjoy your time with us.
Hopefully.
So the first question we're going to ask is, when you won the championship in 2007 precisely, right?
Yes.
Tell us how that moment shaped your career and shaped your life.
Thank you first and foremost for inviting me here. In regards to 2007 Asian Championship, let me correct you there. You missed winning the gold in the Asian Championship. That is where I broke. That is where I broke the Asian record. Yeah. Yes. So it has changed my life. It has shaped my life in ways I cannot count. You know, when I tell people I have gone sub 10, which is 9 seconds, they go, wow. And I have this, you know, smile on my face like, yeah, I did it.
You did it. You did it. That must have been a record there.
Yeah, it was a record. You know, imagine in Asia, they've only ran 10.00, and I was the one that opened the door for other athletes that have run 9 seconds. So for years, no Asian sprinter has ever run 9 seconds. So I did that, and then they follow suit 7 years later.
Wow. So you had that record for 7 years?
Yes, I did.
That's awesome.
What a legacy.
How did you feel when someone broke the record?
I saw it coming. They say records are meant to be broken.
True,
yes,
true.
So I still have my gold medal. No one can take it from me. Yes. And I still have that name that I opened the door for everybody to run sub 10 seconds. And being a coach right now, my dream is to make my athletes break my records. That would make me really, really happy.
I believe that's the power of legacy.
True.
Yeah.
True.
It'll be awesome to see that happen soon.
I
hope you're going to celebrate that.
Oh my God. Yes, I will.
We're looking forward to that.
So Samuel, tell me, reflecting on your early days, growing up in Nigeria, what shaped you? What shaped the Samuel Francis?
There's a story behind that. My mother was a teacher. Yes, and during the holidays, they have teachers training. And then she was pregnant. So during the PE, they asked her to, demonstrate one of the exercises she would like to demonstrate. So she did the starts. So, and then she was pregnant for me. So when my mother was very strict, mind you.
Okay.
Normally
you hear the fathers are strict, but
No,
okay.
she was a teacher, remember.
The truth is,
African
it's the same thing for every African mother.
True,
Yeah.
African.
Very strict. We have these records like this is what our parents do. Street start up. They take you through that street moment until you get out of their house to get married.
True. So when I said I wanted to run, she did not hesitate. She said, "Oh, that's from she was pregnant. She did the start, so there's no surprise there that I wanted to do that." But when I was about 7 years, they usually have what they call inter-house sports in secondary schools.
Yes.
And my father took me to one, and they had children's race. I was 7 years. They kept younger kids in front, the other kids behind. So I was behind. I did not win, but my father then took me somewhere and bought me like a bowl, a plate, like my trophy. So I held that to my heart, and that I ate in that in that bowl. I drank in that bowl, and again, when I told my mom I really wanted to run, she did not hold me back. Unlike my brothers and my sisters, you want to go out? No. I want to do this? No. So that really shaped me.
So your mom was very supportive.
Oh yes, oh yes, she was.
It's beautiful.
That's awesome because one thing I've discovered over time in life is when you have a dream, if you got that family support, it's easier for you to have a faster step in it. But coming back to your sporting career, you represented Qatar. How did this happen? Why the choice of Qatar? And why not Nigeria, if I may ask?
I never had a dream. I've never had the name Qatar before I came here. I was picked up amongst two athletes in Nigeria to go train with the World Athletics Training Center in Senegal. I was there for about 2 months. A Sudanese athlete then approached me and said he would like me to go run in Qatar. I said, where is this place? And that was in 2006. And I think in 2007, they were supposed to have, if I'm not mistaken, All African Games. That was my dream, to represent Nigeria in All African Games. But it took him 3 months to convince me to actually send an email or call to the Qatar Athletic Federation. First and foremost, I was scared that if I tell my parents and my siblings that I want to go to Qatar, the impression that is a Muslim country would definitely steer them away. So after him pushing me for so long, I now called my elder brother. I said, see, I want to go here. It's a Muslim country and I don't know what it's going to become. He said, go ahead. I was taken aback. I was surprised. And he said, if you don't like it, you come back. And then I called my mom. She said the same thing. I took 3 months to convince myself that to tell them.
And it didn't take them 5 minutes.
No, it did not take them a moment. So I told the administration there that I wanted to go to Nigeria. From Nigeria, they booked me a ticket to come to Qatar. And when I got to Qatar, my boss then told me I should keep my ticket open in case I don't like it. I can come back to Senegal. And that ticket has been open up till now.
I was about to ask you that. I was about to ask you that. Where's that ticket?
The ticket has been open up till now, so I never went back.
Yeah.
So
you've lived in Qatar for over a decade.
Yes.
How has Qatar helped in your story? How important is it?
Qatar gave me opportunity. As a coach now, sometimes new athletes, they come to me from various countries. And I tell them that Qatar is not heaven, but it opens the door to your own heaven. Yeah, it opens the door to, it gives you opportunity. I've had, during my career, I've had different injuries. There's one I had a tear in my Dr. Longus, and they flew me immediately to Poland for a PRP treatment. Now imagine where I'm coming from, where you have to take care of yourself. How am I going to get the flight ticket? First and foremost, I have to get the visa and I have to get that treatment, which is very expensive. But they gave me the opportunity to showcase my talent to the world. Even when I had setbacks, they never gave up on me. And even now, I'm a coach, still in the same country. So it has really helped shaping my life and where am I right now.
This is interesting, really. You know, with what you just said, it rings a bell. Like, it's a big concern because back home in Africa, will you say that one of the challenges they have in African sports, athletics, let's say for example, is the aftercare of athletes or the overall package in terms of taking care of athletes? Is that why it's difficult to find the best of athletes back home, or having them stay back to support the sport back home?
I would say management in all spheres of sports, because talent-wise, we've got them.
Okay.
Not just me. We've had a whole bunch of Atlanta '96 silver medalist, Francis Obikwelu.
Obikwelu, yes, that rings a bell.
Yes, he's still in Portugal now. They did not take care of him. He was running for Nigeria, but then he had to leave Nigeria because they didn't take care of him. And we don't manage our athletes very, very well. We have the talents. We sometimes have a good facility, but they don't know how to manage the facility. They don't know how to manage the athletes themselves for the long haul, not just for one competition, but
Long time.
Long term. You see the future. You make a plan. You have an idea, but they don't know how to make the long term plan to see it through. So that is a huge setback.
I agree with you, really, and I do hope that we find improvement over time, because there actually needs to be improvement.
Oh, definitely.
You know, Africa is blessed with so much reserve of talents.
True.
In sports and in every field. Yeah, our human capital value is really high in sports, in economy, in any part,
Every
areas of life. So I just believe that if there's a bit of management, like you said, it will be better. But we can't say never. So we're hopeful that someday this will be a story of the past.
Hopefully.
We're hoping on that. Now, looking at the various championship you've been involved in, we can start listing and can't end it. But I just want you to check in your records. Which of these championship would you say is the most memorable?
Every sportsman, I would say, for athletics is to be in the Olympics. And I was in the Olympics in 2008 in Beijing. Stepping into that stadium, you're in the warm-up pitch, you're getting ready, the adrenaline is flowing, you are hyped, and then you step into a stadium, I think that was about 60,000 capacity, and you don't realize it until you get into the stadium and then it hits you. And then it starts playing in your head that your family is somewhere watching you on TV. There are thousands of people, watching, and how are you going to suppress that pressure and perform well? It's not an easy, but it's a feeling you cannot pay for. It's a feeling you cannot buy. It's a feeling. It's an experience that I think every athlete will wish to experience, and I have experienced it, and it was amazing.
It's like it just happened yesterday, like you remember it so well. That feeling stays with you, isn't it?
Yes. Oh, yes.
Tell me, Samuel, growing up, did you have any athletes that you looked up to, that you aspired to be?
That would be Maurice Green, the bold American. He had a swagger, he had entertainment. Then Bolt was not there. Bolt has his own, his own show off, his own gestures, his own distraction. But Maurice Green had his own entertainment. There was a race he ran in California. He finished running. He had to take off his spikes, and they used extinguisher, like it was on fire. So he had his own show. He had his own swagger that nobody can copy. That was really, really. He was my role model.
What was your own vibe? What was your own swagger? Let me use your word. When you were see an athlete, what was your swagger?
I had my sunglasses on all the time. Yeah, I had my sunglasses. That was my own trademark. I'm an introvert, I would say. So I think the glasses, I would say my smile,
Okay.
and that was it.
Always spreading the 32. It's good. But generally, looking at the state of sport, of athletics, let's focus on athletics. Looking at the state of athletics now in the region, where do you think they are now, and what do you think the future holds for them?
For this region, if I say the Middle East, Qatar has done way beyond any other country has done so far. They hosted the World Athletics Indoor in 2010. They hosted the World Athletics again in 2019. And the opening ceremony, the closing ceremony, the introductions and the finals, I think every other country is trying to copy what Qatar did. It was amazing what they did. I was shocked. I have never seen it before. A lot of people have never seen it before, and now they're trying to copy it. So what they have done, not just to this region, but to the world, they've shown them that yes, they can host competitions. They bidded for the Olympics. They missed out on that. Of course, we cannot forget the World Cup, and you see how they handled it perfectly well, like they have done it over and over again. They've had experiences. So in athletics, they are way beyond any country in this region, and they keep hosting different competitions like the GCC competitions, the West Asian competitions, the Arab competitions, and the organization is top notch.
So the future is bright for them.
Definitely.
Very bright.
Definitely.
We need to
Very
keep
bright.
our sunglasses on.
That was a striking
Follow
one.
your trademark.
That was a striking one. But Delisha, before you ask,
Yes.
'cause I see you trying
I'm
to
just so
ask something.
excited
Just
to
hold on,
talk
hold
to
on.
Samuel, you know.
Hold on. I want to ask, when actually did you end? Did you stop being an athlete, or when did you stop? Well, how best should I say it now? When did your
did I
career? When did you
retire?
close the curtain? When did you retire?
2016. 2016, Qatar was hosting the Asian Indoor Championship.
Okay.
And in the semifinals, I pulled a ligament. It was a grade 3. And after my rehab, I kept having back issues because there was an imbalance after the treatment. And I said there was no need for me to continue because of the back issues. And you can now see maybe little boys coming to try to measure up with me. And
Yeah.
it was a little bit embarrassing. So I had to quit. Funny enough, before I started running, I saw myself sitting in an office,
Okay.
doing administrative work. And my boss then gave me the opportunity to test that life. It wasn't fun.
That's a huge transition.
It wasn't
It's
fun.
a huge transition.
It wasn't fun. I would tell you that. I worked in the Athletic Federation for about 6 months. 3 months into it, I think I got depressed.
Okay.
I don't know how you guys do it or they do it.
Yeah.
Sitting in their office
8
for
to
about
5, 8 to 5.
No, I could not handle
You
it.
could not adjust to it.
I could not. My boss saw that I was
Struggling.
struggling, and he told me, "Okay, do you want to go back on track?" I said, "Please."
That's
And when I went back to the track, and there was a huge, huge relief. So I got my life back.
You got your life back.
Yes.
So Samuel, you shared with us about the retirement. So we know that you've retired for a few years now, right? So can you just tell us now what are you focusing on, and how do you balance it with family life?
I'm a coach. I'm mostly specialized in the short sprints,
Okay.
in the 100, the 200, and also I have some athletes in the 400.
All right.
When I was an athlete, I was always wishing that coaching is easy.
Now you saw the reality.
Another
It's
reality
easy.
for you.
It's easy. The pressure behind seeing your athlete perform in competitions where you have no control. You've done the work in training, and now the athlete goes in there. You have no control. Maybe he's in fear. He cannot perform very well. That lays back to you that you did not do your job very well.
Yeah.
And then the flip side, whereby he does well, and then everybody sees you as a hero.
Yeah.
You know, it's nerve-wracking at the same time.
Mm.
My former coach, a Bulgarian, I think that's what drove him to smoking a lot. He was smoking so
Oh,
much
dear
that
me.
because of the tension, because of the pressure,
And stress.
and once you are in the national team, you don't have room for experimentation.
It has
You are
to
not
be
in the
delivery.
yes. It's
Delivery all the way.
medal, performance. There's no room for okay, let me test this out, let me test this theory out. No,
Pressure is real.
pressure is there.
Sure.
So balancing that with family, there have been times whereby I come back home exhausted. I don't have time for my kids. My daughter, she wants to run, and I've not had time to actually train her. And she wants me
To train her.
To be like daddy.
Yes. My other two sons, they are footballers. One is in Aspire
Okay.
Football Academy. And the only thing I can do for him is, or for them, is always speak to them of what I did wrong.
Okay.
So what I did wrong so that they won't do it. Because there's a thin line between success and failure.
Certainly.
Before you know it, you might be even the last person to realize that you are falling. Because you keep giving yourself excuse that no, I will do this, I will do that. And I always tell my sons that you cannot out-train a bad diet. I love food.
We are very deep today. Whew. Amazing.
I said I loved food. I love food. And my sons, they do love food. So I try to help them balance their diet and training. And anytime I take them out for training to help them with their speed and their endurance, they hate me.
Yeah. Because it's not what they want.
It's not what they want.
Nobody wants that stress.
They don't want that. But I want to see them succeed. I want to see them excel where I did not. Sometimes I feel bad, like I'm putting too much pressure on them. And my daughter, whenever she goes to run, there's this saying that, oh, you want to run like daddy. And that puts pressure
On her.
on her a lot. So I try to stay
Oh no.
behind the scenes so that she doesn't feel that pressure.
I see.
So it's not easy balancing coaching and family as well. Plus, I get to travel a lot because of the weather, because of competitions, training camps. Sometimes I'm away for 2 months. My first son, 16 days after he was born, I traveled for 3.5 months.
Wow.
Came back for 2 months. Went
I
back.
met a big boy. He came back.
Came back, left again after 2 months, stayed 3 months. And when he saw me the next time, he was running away from me. But then he was going to the laptop to see there's this guy I'm seeing on Skype.
Yeah, always talking to mommy.
Yes.
Yeah.
So is
Look how
it the
smart
same?
they are, though. Wow.
So it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy.
I can imagine. It's good you spoke about your daughter being on the sprints now, because I was planning to ask you about the legacy. Who have you handed the baton to? Because one thing I've discovered over time is sports people, sportsmen and women, they're always good at having the younger one come along with them in this trade. So it's a good thing that you got a legacy, not just 1, 2, 3.
It's not easy pulling her out of her room, out of her comfort zone to go for a jog.
Okay.
Yes, it's not easy. She loves singing. She loves drawing.
Oh.
Yeah. So now taking her out of her comfort zone is always a problem. But when she goes out for a competition and she wins, then it's worth it.
Excitement thereafter.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now you're a coach, training young lads, younger generation. Do you see this as a fulfillment for you?
Most definitely.
Mm.
Most definitely. It's hard work. It's stressful, but then I'm not just a coach. I feel like their father. I feel like their psychologist.
Mm.
I feel like their mentor. I am most definitely their coach. Sometimes they come to me with problems and I have to figure it out.
Absolutely.
I'm like Superman. I always have to figure things out for them. They expect the right answer all the time. But then I let them know that they have the answers as well, but they don't just know how to get
it
there.
out.
But then again, I handle kids that feel that they know better than I do. And I try to let them know that, son, I have gone to the end. I'm back. And I'm trying to hold your hands to take you to where I have been before. You don't even know the road. And then I shape their lives, not just in sports, but also personality-wise, how they interact with people outside of sports,
Lovely.
how they have to behave, how to take them out from criminal behaviors. So seeing them grow and become successful is super fulfilling. I wouldn't trade that for nothing.
Anything, yeah.
Beautifully said. What key lessons from your highly respected career will you impart, or can you impart to the next generation of athletes?
That would be a student of your craft.
Okay.
Be a student of your craft. Being humble.
Humility goes a very long way.
Definitely, most definitely. Stay focused, but not too focused whereby you now lose focus.
So you can be too focused and still lose the focus.
Exactly. There was one time I was in Poland for a training camp for 100 days. So just me, my coach, and my physiotherapist. It got to the point, 3 weeks into the training camp, I was training really hard, really focused. But it got to the point whereby I wasn't focused anymore. All I wanted to do was go out for training and come back. There was no excitement. There was no desire. That was my form of going out, is going for training. I look forward to just getting out of my room to go for training and come out. So there was no motivation anymore because I needed to change environment. That was being too focused.
Okay.
You understand? So what I have learned to do, and I try to teach my athletes currently to do, is get a little distraction. I go to play golf when I'm stressed, when I feel I'm too focused, to take out the tension. I tell them, whatever you need to do, you know what you need to do, but don't get into trouble. Don't have too much fun.
Too much, yeah.
So I tell them, go shopping. When I'm in training camp, sometimes I tell them, on a Sunday, get out of your room. Don't stay in your room. Because then you have too much, you'll be thinking too much, your adrenaline is pumping up, you're shutting down your system. You get tired even before you get to training. So stay focused, be humble, be dedicated, be hardworking. Once again, your diet plays a huge role.
You've had a very illustrious career, like my colleague just said. People have seen you from afar. They've seen how far you went in the game. People know that you've done your own bits. You've contributed to the game of athletics. But when we talk about legacy, it goes beyond just having someone close to you who you're carrying along.
Yes.
There are people out there in Africa who have not gotten the opportunity to get themselves established in the sport, either due to lack of facilities or due to resources in terms of finances or the right motivation, the right mentor. Can be any of these factors and even more. But are there any outreaches you've done? Do you have any projects back home in Africa? Do you have people you are setting up in Africa? Do you have people who have already gone far that came through you in Africa? Because at the end of the day, we need to still remember that Africa is there as home. We still need to raise them up. We still need to leave a legacy back there. So my own concern is, do you have similar projects or project of dislikes back home in Africa?
I don't have any projects going on currently. First of all, I need to stabilize. I need to grow myself first. so that what I am giving to them, there's a backlog of athletes that I have trained, and they can look back and say, okay, he's authentic, not just as an athlete, but now I'm a coach. So now they will be seeing me more as a coach and a former athlete. I reached out to my high school principal and said if they're gonna have any sporting event, he should invite me. That's the best I have done so far. But I have been able to help some other athletes to get into different countries and get into schools in America to get scholarships. That's how far I have gone. And even here in Qatar, there are some of the athletes I have coached that I help them connect them to schools in America. They have gotten scholarships as well. So, but like I said, I want to get my footing. You know, I've gotten athletes that I have improved from let me say 11 seconds to 10 seconds. Athletes that have run 22 seconds to 21, 20 point something seconds. But I have won. I have won Arab Championship. My athlete won Arab Championship, got a silver in Arab Championship, World Junior. They've not gotten medals. But I want to be in that level whereby not just the upcoming athletes will look at me and say, hey, you've done well. But their own coaches as well will say, this young man has done well.
So very good reference point, I would say.
Exactly. So I want to, first of all, have a footing in my career as a coach. My dream is to get an athlete in the Olympic Games and hopefully win a medal there. And we can now spread our wings and fly.
Then you cannot brag it out like, I'm the right mentor that you need. I'm the right coach that you need.
True.
It's a good way. There's nothing that's impossible, especially when there's consistency and determination.
True.
And throughout your career, you've shown that. In your coaching life, you've shown that. So I believe it's not far away.
No, it's not far away.
So we'll be nearby to just celebrate when it happens.
Yes.
So we'll just move away from sports, move away from your personal life. It's been too much of it. Let's look at Qatar. Qatar has been home for most of us. And Qatar has invested so much in terms of tourism, trying to make sure that Qatar becomes the most friendly and the most lovely destinations for any tourist, right? And we know the volume of tourists coming out of Africa, it's immeasurable.
True.
We know the economic value of African tourism outside. So in your own experience being here in Qatar, what will you say to people back home in Africa who wants to travel? How will you sell Qatar to them? What will you tell them interesting about Qatar? Why should they come to Qatar as a destination?
First of all, I would say we need to desensitize them from thinking that it's a Muslim country. They will chop off your hand if you pick up something that is not yours.
But you're here for how many years now? Do you still have your fingers?
Oh, definitely. And I didn't commit any crime.
Even if you do.
No, not. So they need to, educate them that it's a very safe place, first and foremost. It's a lovely place. For me now, it is home. It is home.
Amazing.
I've been here. People have come and gone to Canada, UK, Australia, and some of them have even returned back to Qatar. True.
That's what they say. Sorry to go. That's what they say. There's no place like home.
Exactly.
So you go somewhere, you have to come back to Qatar.
True.
Yeah.
But again, like I said, we need to educate them. There has to be a more adverts. There has to be more marketing showing that Qatar is a safe place. The media spoiled Qatar before the World Cup.
Yeah.
And people came in here and wishing they had bought more tickets for the World Cup. So it is a safe place. It is a beautiful city. It is a lovely country. not minding the weather. The weather changes in every place.
Yes.
Everywhere that I have been to, and I've been to a lot of countries, and it's either it's raining 24/7, or the humidity is really, really high,
Yeah.
or the crime rate is high. You're not safe. But check it out. Qatar is a beautiful place. It's again, you cannot buy such safety, such peace of mind.
That's deep. Yeah.
So we just need to let people know that you can come in and invest. The music industry in Africa is booming, and we are yet to see them flocking
into
into
Qatar.
Qatar. We're yet to see them coming here.
Why you sounding this?
We're yet to see them. It would be lovely to see bringing them in here to let people know more of our culture. There can even be dance groups that come in to talk about or to showcase our cultural heritage. Different spheres of our cultures could be put into Qatar here for people to know about. Just not just what they see on TV. What they see on Netflix is mostly, sorry to say, white. And everybody wants to be Western. But when you bring something different, I think people will appreciate culture.
Yeah.
They appreciate culture. They appreciate our kind of music. They appreciate our way of life, and they will view us in a different and positive way.
True.
Yeah.
Very
True.
well said, Samuel. So my question, the last one, with your wealth of experience in the game, what do you think African countries need to do more to see their athletes lead the global stage, especially in the short races like the 100 meters? What would you say?
Again, to go back to managing the athlete as a whole, the federation, the sports ministry, and also self-improvement on the aspect on the part of the coaches. Because some coaches have held on to, I have trained a gold medalist in the Asian Games, and this is how it worked. So they've held on to that training pattern, that training ideology, and they use it for everybody that comes their way.
And it may not work.
And they always refer to the other.
Yeah.
Yes. Things have changed. Diet has changed. Technology has changed. The way we live have changed. So they are yet to adapt to this new world.
Yes.
Now we're using more technology on the training track. We're using a different kind of therapy to help the athletes recover faster. Not just ice, not just massage, but different things we're using.
So you learn along the way.
Exactly.
It's better.
So you need to self-improvement courses online. You don't have to travel anymore. You can do the courses online. You specialize courses on your so they need to improve themselves and not hold on to the old way that this is the only way it works. What makes my coaching, for me, I would say a little bit more difficult is I try to see the individual athlete.
That's beautiful.
Not as a whole. So I'm thinking for what will work for you, what will work for you, and what will work for this other athlete.
That's
not what will work for the whole team.
Yeah.
Because everybody have
Built differently.
yeah. Physically, psychologically, mentally, and physiologically. So I need to find out what works for them. It's a lot harder, but in the long run, I think it's going to pay off.
It's so interesting, Samuel. Thanks so much. Like, I want to ask more. I believe Delisha wants to ask more, but at the same time, we don't want to keep you more than the time you should be. Yeah.
Don't let me get started now, because
You say?
Don't let me get started.
No, please don't. Please don't. Thank you so much. It's awesome having you to share your story with us. And not just with us, with these amazing viewers that we have.
Yes.
And I believe they've enjoyed the section, and also they've gotten few lessons from this time we've spent here. And most importantly is to say thank you to you for contributing so much to the improvement and protection of African image in Qatar.
Yes.
Because the point is, if you've stayed here for over a decade, I don't want to say it exactly because I can't count. You stayed way too long. You've stayed here and you'll stay here. Okay, it shows that there's value here.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Qatar. And at the same time, it shows that you've understand the tenets of Qatar and you've abided by what is applicable in Qatar. That's why you stay here.
Yes.
So thank you for all you do for Africa and all you do for yourself at the end of the day. So viewers, thank you so much for joining us. It's been an amazing session with Summer, and I hope you've gotten a whole lot because I have actually. So Delisha, what about you?
Absolutely, that was amazing. But before we end, we just have a segment called Rapid Fire Question. Oh, drum. Okay, so basically, we're going to ask you a few questions, and you just need to answer like the first thing that comes to mind.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
Okay, so YouTube or Netflix?
YouTube.
100-meter or 60-meter?
100 meters.
City life or countryside?
City life. Hold on.
No, you missed it already. It's gone. It's gone.
Okay, athletics or football?
Athletics.
And the last one, summer or winter?
Winter.
Oh,
A little bit of both.
because the point is you can't run from both of them.
No,
you need both of them
you
for your
need both
sport,
of
right?
them.
thank you so much for answering those questions. You did very, very well.
Thank you
So
very much.
we really appreciate you, Samuel, for being on our podcast today. We really appreciate it. We've learned so much from you. And I know our viewers have really thoroughly enjoyed your time here with us.
Thank you
So
very much.
just to thank you as a little token of our appreciation, we have a little gift for you.
Oh.
All right. So
Yes.
on behalf of the Insight,
Yes. Bring it out.
Oh.
there
Thank you very much. Thank you. Oh, I really.
We hope
I
you're gonna
didn't
like
expect
this.
this.
You didn't expect
I
it.
wasn't expecting.
What do they call it? I never expected it.
Thank you very much.
It's just our little way of saying thank you for sharing your
Mhm.
time with us. You know, we value your time and everything you've shared with us today, shared with our viewers.
Yes.
Awesome. It's awesome.
It's so authentic. Very,
Very
very
authentic.
good.
It's hearing from the source.
Yes.
Hearing from the source. And you surely you are an inspiration. No doubt about that.
Thank you.
Legend.
Again.
I
Sure.
do hope we have more African legends
Yes.
in Qatar and even beyond.
They're in the making.
Absolutely.
Trust me, they're in the making.
It's all right, viewers. Thank you so much for joining us today. Today's episode has been so amazing. Really, really. I want to extend it, but I cannot. Okay, my producer is around there hitting on me to get to get out of the set. So, guys, thank you for joining us, and I do hope you have a very good time with us today. Delisha,
Well,
you have to say.
wonderful viewers, we've come to the end of yet another amazing episode. Now, to continue on this amazing journey with us, please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at The Insight by Oryx, and please follow us on Instagram and Facebook at The Insight by Oryx. We'll be looking forward to hearing from you, so please comment down below, and we are excited to hear from you. Thank you so much. Until next time.